Jules, word.
Like a Friday night.
What up, Nitro? Lady Soul, we live in life. Quan.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're tuning into an episode of the Wunderkind Morning Show live. What is good, everybody? Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning, safe morning. It is cold everywhere, as you know, but I'm loving it. Let me say good morning to the chat. We have a great show for you guys today. A lot of stuff's been going on in the sports world, and you know we're going to cover it all. Barthangalang, said Todd Monken. I already know now is the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. I think Shedeur would do well under him, personally. I think he's going to do very well under him, but we'll see. Stacy, always a pleasure to have you. Good morning to you and everybody else. Jared, what up? Dr. Kush, what up? Nero, good morning. AFC North is wild. That is so crazy. An offensive coordinator that literally used to work for the Ravens, now work for the Browns. He knows everything about the team now, everything. Facing the Browns are going to get a little more interesting, right? Zio Kage, what up, bro? What up? Delvon's in the building. Gregory Smith, good morning. Who else we got? Ashley Royalty. Always a pleasure to have you in here, Ash. Thank you for being here. Mike M. Flock Gang, what up? JR, I see you, homie. I see you, bro. Garrison A, salute to you also, my brother. Let's see. Hey, Flex Zone's in here. Yay. Is that King Lee? That is King Lee. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Man, it's freezing out here. Yeah, it's cold everywhere. It was like 20-something degrees in Florida. It was cold. There was ice on my car. Couldn't go anywhere because I had to get the ice off the windshield. It was crazy. But guys, all right. Now say good morning to everybody. Let's get into this. Okay, guys. So now I could talk about that Browns thing, but there's nothing really to talk about too much about that. We'll run over real quick. Todd Monken is now the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. It is breaking news. I will have a video on it today. That's news. And facing the Browns is going to be a little more interesting. The Shedeur Lamar Jackson matchup. You know the media is going to want to see that. Also, Todd Monken going against the Baltimore Ravens. Knowing the strengths, you know what I'm saying, of Lamar and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers and others. And then being the head coach of that team with that level of defense that the Browns have, is going to make that game a lot more difficult. I believe we're going to get to see how that folds out. But yeah, here's the thing. I don't hate Todd Monken. I think he's a good coordinator. I really do. Like, it's not an accident that he should have had 2 MVP or 2 first-team All-Pro quarterback award for Lamar Jackson while under Todd Monken. Back-to-back. So, and it should have been back-to-back MVPs. So, yeah, I don't think he's a bad coordinator when I said that. He does have shortcomings in certain areas, but I think he's a very good coordinator. I think he's going to make the Browns much better because unlike Stefanski, he's not going to have an ulterior motive just to be the best. You see where I'm coming from? Like, Stefanski was out there, like, literally, sabotaging players. Sabotage Baker, sabotage Shedeur, and we saw a lot of people, Baker's not here. Baker went over there and so far having a very good career over there in Tampa Bay. Very good career. Baker's had a 4,500 passing yard season with 45 touchdowns in Tampa with multiple playoff berths. So, yeah, he's doing just fine. So, you know what I'm saying? I actually feel bad for the Falcons for getting Stefanski. I think Stefanski's horrible. He's just one of those guys to me that is, he's really led by his ego. And he will watch a team fail and fall, say everything, oh, well, it's not really my fault, or, we always want everybody to do well. No, you don't, you liar. Now the Browns are stuck with, what's his name? That the quarterback they took before Shadur. Because what are they going to say? Shadur is now a Pro Bowl quarterback. So what can you say, right? But I can't wait to face it. I think it's going to be a good game to go against. I really do. They should have fought ahead for Kubiak. They didn't. And now, yeah. But that's what they did. I'm happy they didn't get him. I'm happy the Browns didn't get Kubiak. Could you imagine if the Browns would have got Kubiak? My God. It wouldn't have been good. I'll tell you that right now. That would not have been good. I be saying, what up? Brandon Tillman, good morning also. Guys, here's the thing. When it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, we're going to have a couple games where we're looking at it like, man, we got to watch these games. You already know what it is. The game versus Josh Allen and Lamar, you're going to be watching. Now Todd Monken versus the Ravens, we're going to be watching. When we face the Giants, we're definitely will be watching. So it's just a whole bunch of games that we have to have more eye outs to that we might have, ignored. Now we have to pay attention to. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Zele, what up? So that's where I'm at with that. So it is. I'll go more in depth on it during the video later. But like I said, we'll get into it more later on. But the big news that's been going all over, and I know what you guys know I'm going with this, is Mr. Bill Belichick. Okay? Former Patriots coach. Known for being the most winningest coach, I believe, in NFL history. In championship appearances, Super Bowl appearances, and Super Bowl wins. He beats everybody in those areas, and it's not even relatively even close. And they did not vote him in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, guys, I really want to get into this. This is what I've been waiting for, right? Listen, I don't want to hear nothing. You know why? Bill Parcells wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. Y'all know that, right? The coach whose tree he's a part of. 2 Super Bowls. He redid 4 different teams to bring them into AFC Championship games, Super Bowls, and all that stuff like that. Bill Parcells wasn't a first-team All-Pro. I mean, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Y'all know that, right? He wasn't even a second ballot Hall of Famer. I think it took 4 times for Bill Parcells to get in. 4. Terrell Owens should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. What about that? Brian Dawkins should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. What about that? Y'all like I'm going to be super mad about this? Yeah, this is what I've been trying to get through your heads when it comes to the media. This is what they do. But now, y'all favorite coach. Now everybody has the energy for them, which they should have been had. It's not just the NFL. How many Hall of Famers and greatest of all time that the MLB has held out? The voting structure for all of these stuff has been trash. And I know I'm beating a dead horse. Lamar Jackson threw 41 touchdown passes with 4 interceptions. 4th best passer rating of all time. And on top of that, almost rushed for 1,000 yards too. First team All-Pro, all these, and didn't even win the MVP. He wasn't even a part of the FedEx Ground and Air Players of the Year for the FedEx Awards. Y'all acting like robbery's been new. This is what the media's been doing, and now everyone's like, oh, it's beyond the pale. You think I care? You think I care? Yes, he is amazing. He got 2 titles as a Giants defensive coach on that staff, and he got 6 as a Patriots head coach. Yep. He should undoubtedly be a first ballot. But why, when the media does things, because they're the ones that's voting, does it surprise you? Mind you, a lot of them said because of Spygate, Deflategate, they're holding that against him. When the media was saying foolishness like that for other players, other coaches, other situations, y'all didn't say nothing. All of this outcry, because Bill Belichick. How funny would it be if they did the same thing to Tom Brady? Didn't make him a first ballot offender. They're like, yo, you was a cheater, bro. That's the way they have it. That they've been, listen, I beat my head on this table day in and day out about the paltry job that the media does. Even if you don't like somebody or whatever else like this, what they earned is what they earned. It's the same thing I had with the Lamar Jackson MVP thing. But you know what? They said, it's no problem. It's no big deal. Right? When this happened to Terrell Owens should have easily been a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, it's not even an argument like he's first ballot. And this just to say he'll get in, but not now. They've been giving the middle finger to people for decades. How many players have had to wait 3 times around, 4 times around, 5 times around, a decade around to make it? Coaches that have had to wait how long to make it? His predecessor had to wait to make it. Imagine back in the 90s, early 2000s, you say that Bill Parcells is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. And that's my problem. People aren't being real. Now everybody wants to get mad together. Because everybody wants to be a part of something. Nah, bro. They've been trash. Let's keep it a buck. Why not? Because it's Coach Belichick? Oh my, bro, and let's be real. So for everybody, for everybody that's saying that warrants no thing, everybody else playing the Patriots at that time knew they were cheating. They knew it. When you were going to the bat, everybody that had playbooks had to have their playbooks on them or locked away with a lock. Because their playbooks would go missing, their food would be tampered with, their headsets wouldn't be working. Come on now, bro. Don't act like y'all didn't start watching football. Do I still think you should have been first ballot? You darn right I do. But they've been doing this. What's the difference? I have another question, right? Since we're going to start comparing things, and we're saying, oh, you have big mouths like Acho, and then trying to grandstand. Because you know that's what he's trying to grandstand. Oh, this is so egregious. Why hasn't Lamar Jackson got a Comeback Player of the Year award? Answer me that. Riddle me that. Why hasn't Lamar Jackson been an Offensive Player of the Year ever in the NFL? Answer me that. Riddle me that. Greatest rushing season for a quarterback ever. Led the league in passing touchdowns. 1,200 yards rushing. He didn't get the Offensive Player of the Year that year. 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Didn't get the Offensive Player of the Year. The MVP didn't get thing that year either. So please, comeback or Offensive Player of the Year. I believe both times Patrick Mahomes got it for his. So I don't want to hear it. They've been trash. Oh, he didn't deserve that. Do you think Brian Dawkins deserved that? Do you think Terrell Owens deserved that? Everybody knew Terrell Owens should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer. Same thing with Brian Dawkins. They did it just to stick it to him. Do you think Bill Parcells deserved that? And I know where y'all going to go. Because I know some going to go, well, because I know you're going to look it up on Google and be like, well, they thought it was because he was going to coach again. Bill Belichick is trying to get a coach in the NFL right now. He's trying to be a coach in the NFL right now. And he was just a coach in college. That's not stopping them from wanting him to be first ballot Hall of Famer. Get out of here. The voters have been trash. For awards, for Hall of Fame, they've been trash. I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all act like y'all just figuring this out. Another thing, too, is that's their way of sticking it to you. See if the media doesn't like you. The media feel that they've been slighted by you. That's their way of letting you know, like, we remember what you did. Okay? We know he's going to get in. We know. And the worst part about it, that's just some of the stuff that came out with Bill Belichick. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm being impartial here. And this is going across the only sport that we see in LA and everybody is the NBA. If you average 19 points a game, you have maybe 2 good seasons, they're putting you in the Hall of Fame. You feel me? But let's not act like baseball and football have been doing this forever. Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame for baseball. They're like, oh, he cheated. They don't even have the legal proof that he cheated. But they believe and they feel he does, so they're sticking it to him. Let's talk about that. Where's the outrage for that? Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time. I don't even know how that's even, like, some people can argue. When you start to look at how many times they were walking, like, people were scared to pitch to him. He was getting maybe one good pitch a night and knocking that bad boy all the way into another time zone. Like, literally when the ball's flying, you can see time passing. Like, it's going from night to evening to morning. Changing area codes. People used to go out there to a lake next to the, or a pond or whatever else, close to or down the road from the stadium and try to catch balls as they sailed out of the stadium from Barry Bonds. Oh, but Nitro, even though he didn't get no proof, we know he cheated. You don't have the proof. You can believe anything you want to believe. But facts are facts. Truth is truth. You cannot argue that. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before allegedly he started using steroids. You know why they hate him? You know the real reason why? Is because there's a whole bunch of people that were using, that they got caught using. You don't see them holding it against Mark McGwire. Cheating. You know, so it's because Barry Bonds was mean to the media. And on top of it, he usurped Babe Ruth. That's why. That's why. Yeah, I remember Willie Mays. You know Willie Mays was not. And you just saw the hate he used to get. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, you're always going to get the truth from me. I stand 10 toes down. If you got a problem with Belichick, where was all this hate for Terrell Owens? Where was all this hate for Brian Dawkins? Where was all this hate for Bill Parcells? You're telling me Bill Parcells didn't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? 2-time Super Bowl champion. Been to the Super Bowl, I believe, 4 times. Took over absolute desolate, franchises and turned them around in like a year. And he didn't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Also, the predecessor to Bill Belichick, he didn't deserve to be. Hey, yo, bro. They never put Willie Mays over Babe Ruth. They've always said Babe Ruth is the greatest basketball player of all time. Y'all know that. Willie Mays is better than him too. But you should have heard some of the stuff they were doing to Willie Mays. Hey, not to the Pick 8 Side podcast. I'm gathering on mostly anti-Lamar Jackson and pro Josh. Joel and Riv Brown rip Lamar saying that Lamar Jackson is a choker. They can say whatever they want, man. This is what I'm talking about. I have a problem with the meat. It's not. Like, I can look at a game and be like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? The Josh Allen might have lost the game, but I'd be like, bro, he had 1 turnover in it. Like, bro, he had 1 turnover, but the man threw four touchdowns. 4 touchdowns, brought his team back. Defense couldn't stop nobody. Offensive line was letting people, they dropped a couple touchdowns too. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, that'd be stupid of me to blame him. You know what I mean? That's what they do to Lamar. That's the standard they hold to Lamar. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. The media is being garbage. Being garbage. Bing. Also, Bay played in an era where whites and blacks were not allowed to play together. So he didn't face all of the best players either. I know baseball, because baseball, when I first was a kid, that was my favorite sport as a child. Up to about 9 years old, 9, 10 years old. That was my favorite sport. Baseball. I should have continued playing too. I would have been darn good. As good as I became at basketball, I would have been way better as a baseball player. But yeah. That's why I don't want to hear. That's why a lot of times, hey, what's good? Bin track. I'm telling Ingray Egg. Y'all shout out to Ingray. That's my guy. Team keep it clean. But it's factual. The media has been trash. Like, look, when you start to look at some of the guys that should have been first ballot, and they did everything right. They even kissed tail to become first ballot. And they held them out just to show them that we have the power over it, not you. Now, finally, they did the Bill Belichick, and now everybody want to lose his mind. Mind you, for understanding and fair, to keep everything fair, this is a guy that everybody knew was doing some unsightly things to win games. If I'm a voter, even with knowing that, he still gets in first ballot. Still. I watched that man have Tom Brady go down in the first game of the season and win 12 games or 11 games with Matt Castle, which got Matt Castle an amazing contract after, and he proved to be garbage. So we already knew what Bill Belichick was. We knew what he was. People seem to forget that because when Brady lost, everything fell apart because they were a dumpster and salary cap and everything else. They had no good players pretty much on offense and defense. They had one good player. Everybody had aged out. They had to do a complete rebuild. But because they had Brady, they didn't want to. He got Jimmy G paid too. Yup. These guys are deflating balls, stealing hand signals, stealing playbooks, like turning off people's headsets in games. This type of stuff that they were doing is crazy. So I don't know why people acting like, oh, he was a saint. He wasn't a saint. And I still would have put him first ballot Hall of Fame. But once again, the media's been trash. Why does this surprise you? How many players have been shortchanged? Not just for the Hall of Fame, but for media overall. I just said this. You watch a 41-4 year get thrown aside. They don't even talk about that year for Lamar. Think about that real quick. Matt Stafford's about to get the MVP, and he had a similar passing season. And they're like, bro, if he don't get it, y'all are cheating. That's the energy. With that level of he should easily get it. Lamar had that plus almost 1,000 yards rushing. And they're like, hey. Oh. Sorry. Nah, bro. No. Like, facts are facts. Real is real. Imagine that, people complaining. Like, where was all this for Bill Parcells? You like, once again, this is what I mean with people pick and choose when to be offended. There was no offense because, mind you, Terrell Owens wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, bell of the ball. A lot of people didn't like him, right? So it was okay to screw him over, right? Right? That was the right thing to do. Oh, we're going to keep quiet. We don't like him anyways. See, that's my problem. That's my problem with this whole situation. All the people that are now speaking up said nothing. They were tight-lipped when it was time for Terrell Owens to get in the first ballot. I told him, you're on a wait. This ain't your world. Yeah, you're a big athlete, made money. So what? This is our world. You just live in it. Flexed on him. Y'all had no problem with it. None. Flexed on Brian Dawkins. Had no problem with it. What's the receiver from y'all know what I'm talking about. You were for the Jets to the Vikings. He was there with Randy Moss. I forgot his name. He be on television and stuff now. Forgot his name. They did stuff to him. They stopped him from getting in the Hall of Fame for how many years too? And he should have been in the Hall of Fame. So I really do look at people like Brian Dawkins is one of the top 5 greatest safeties to ever play the game. And he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. Chris Carter, thank you, Jared. Chris Carter, yup. How long did Chris Carter have to wait to get in? How long? At that point, Chris Carter is one of the greatest receivers to ever have lived up to that point. One of the greatest. Wait, we don't care. The top 3 wide receivers everyone already knew was Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, and Jerry. And they made T.O. wait because they didn't like him. Antonio Brown's one of the greatest receivers of all time. He might never get in. So I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, like people out here crying, the other day. You're so I said, yeah. The sanctity of the game is gone. Everything we've done is ruined. National Football League is done. Finished. My heart cries out. That little sound, that little voice from your heart is crying out like that. Do you hear it? Hear it. Here it go. Like, bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care. Like, I don't. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. His career wasn't short. AB's career was not short. It wasn't. It wasn't. But they don't like what he does off the field. Same thing with Chad Ochocinco. So, because of those things, we're not letting you in. We don't care what you do on the field. It's nasty work out here, guys. Nasty work. And guys, we're going to pivot from there to another foolish media, because once again, the media is so trash, to another big story going on, Coco Gauff. Now, if you don't know what it is, a women's tennis player who has been, tearing it up. She had a bad, just a bad outing and gets mad, shakes, smiles, while walking to her dressing room or to her locker. She breaks her racket, which we've seen these tennis players break rackets all the time. And what they are calling this girl, this young lady, is absolutely, ridiculous. The media, once again, trying to build narratives. And if you don't believe me, here goes right here. I got you right here. Look at this. Watch it. Walking away from the kids, the cameras and everything, thinking she's in the good, in the clear. Look at this. They gotta, I don't even know how you get that. They're watching her through a security camera. And labeling her as aggressive. That's not what the sport needs. Absolute hypocrisy. Do you know what I mean? Every star, let me break this down. Every star for tennis has broken their tennis racket. You have tape of them doing it. The men and the women. Where's all this? You have to listen, and I'm going to be real with stuff, because I keep things 100, right? You saw it with Serena. See it with Coco Gauff. What's the other? I forgot the other girl's name that just won the other day, and they were trying to make it out that she was being too loud for the other girl, and the other girl, she had all right to show her disrespect after trying to shake her after she beat her. She's like half black, half Asian. I forgot her name. The quickness of the media to label them aggressors. Comparing them to people that cannot control their emotions. And it's like, they're athletes. You work to win. You train to win. You put it all on the line to win. It's not like at a job where you go in and clock in and go and leave, and you can do a crappy job for 5 months, have a good day, and think, oh, I'm a good worker. No. All of their Naomi Osaka, thank you so much for that, Zelly. All of their hard work for these athletes and stuff like that is on full display for everybody 24/7. Exactly. I horse. How many tablets did you see Tom Brady and yelling at people, and they're like, oh, look at the fire. Look at the fight. I hope you don't get first ballot either. Yo, if y'all gonna do it to Bill Belichick, I need y'all to keep the same energy for Tom Brady. Tom Brady, you're not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're deflating the balls, and now you can have first ballot no more. Sorry, bro. That's how it goes. You see how crazy that sounds? It's nasty work, bro. But you make the perfect point. Like, you see all of these athletes, when they're not doing certain stuff, they get mad, they get angry. You see it when Lamar, when he throws on his helmet, he's mad. Look at him. He's a sore loser. If Tom Brady, look at the fight in the fire. They do the same thing with Larry Bird and them. It's ridiculous. How long did they make excuses for Aaron Rodgers doing it? I watched Aaron Rodgers cuss out teammates. That's just his competitive nature. They pick words, pick sentences, pick narratives for players that they like, and try to demonize other players for doing the same thing. Mike Flock gang, exactly. They got to keep the same energy for Tom. I don't break nothing, but I will swear if something breaks while I'm working on it. It's just ridiculous. This young lady has been nothing short of professional. I mean, class personified. And the way how she greets, the way how she is, the way she's humble even in defeat. Hey, even when she's explaining, like, look, my bad day was because they played amazing, you know. They really beat me out today, and it was just a very bad day for me, but congratulations to them. They played absolutely remarkable, and, you know, I got to go back to the drawing board and get back to working. That's the grace that she gives. But willingly, the media is willing to tear her down over the slightest thing that they view as an infraction, while letting other people, oh no, that's just the gumption of them. Nah, bro, I got a problem with that. It's wrong. It's wrong. You see how everybody loves, what's his name? The quarterback for the Giants. He's doing all the dances. Yeah, with the gold chains, him and Scatterboo. Yeah, and we about to turn up. And I'm trying to see him and Scatterboo. Oh, look at them. They're so fly. Look at that. That's swag, guys. Shadur. Oh, you monster. How dare you? How dare you come here? Bow your head when you speak to us. I got a problem with it. And I'll continue to call it out. They don't pay my wage. Even if they did, I'd call it out. That's just me being me. That's probably why I'll never be on TV. Because I like honesty. Oh, yeah, Joe Shiesty to him, too. And I like Baker, but Baker, all the excuses they gave for Baker, I'm a Baker guy. I liked Baker for a long time. Oh, look at them. They're so cool. They're so fly. They're swagged out, guys. I'm sick and tired of the media trying to put people in boxes to fit a narrative that they're pushing. I keep trying to tell you, they pick their antagonists and they pick their protagonists. If you don't know what words those are, protagonist is the hero, antagonist is the villain. And then once they pick who the hero is, who the villain is, they shape all the stories to fit back to that narrative. Even if they're totally wrong. Because anything that they do, they're trying to spin it so it can be bad. You'd be perfect example. Let's say Tom Brady and you are walking, same thing. You come out for a game, you see a kid right here, right? He's like, oh God, please have your autograph. Tom Brady's just looking straight. Walks in, looks at his teammates. So we're getting the throwing now. We gotta win this game. The way they break that narrative up, that kid wanted his autograph so bad, but Tom that's a winner. He's locked into winning. Only thing on his mind is winning. The only thing in his vision is the W at the end of the game. Lamar walked in here. Hey guys, come on, kids screaming, Lamar, let me give it. Come on, can I get an autograph? And he's like, come on, guys, we gotta get this win. Look at him thinking he's better than that child. They pay your wage. If it wasn't for football, you'd be a fast food worker. That's how they flip the narrative. If it wasn't for football, you'd be flipping burgers. Keep it humble. I tell you, I'm not the one to mess with, bro, because I'll call it out. It's foolishness. It's wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So people don't be like that stuff didn't happen. And mind you, we've seen them do it. It's not like, oh, that's just an example. It's not really that. We've seen them do it. When Lamar was having success as a rookie, they weren't calling it one of the greatest seasons we ever seen, right? They're trying to call what's his name over in the Patriots one of the greatest rookie seasons we ever seen, right? Or second whatever sophomore season we ever seen, right? He's played like trash. Lamar led the league in passing touchdowns and had 1,200 yards rushing. Had multiple perfect games. And they said the reason why is because his skin is dark and they can't tell when the ball is being handed because it matches his skin. Like, y'all act like I'm going to forget that stuff, bro. You act like I'm really going to forget it? Okay. You got to be out of your mind. Listen, I feel so bad for Coco Gauff. I really do. The young lady tries her best to be a role model for people. Not just kids, but for people. And you see her get angry for losing. That competitive fire. And you hold it against her. And it's not like they hold it against her. I'm talking about, I had a picture. I didn't want to post it. I'll probably post it on the post stuff, right? But how they were coming up, Fox News, Coco Gauff smashes racket following Australian Open defeat. CNN, Coco Gauff smashes racket in frustration after 59-minute collapse in Australia Open. New York Times, Coco Gauff's Australian Open evaporates in loss to inspired Elena Ivana. That's what was leading all of the news stories. It's wrong, man. A young lady doesn't deserve that. And for anybody that doesn't know, well, you shouldn't be that invested. That means you haven't won anything in your life. When you give it all, there's something called competitive fire. You're trying to win. Sometimes you fail, and you're angry. And you get back to the drawing board. It happens. How the heck can you get mad at somebody for smashing a racket when just a couple weeks later they had a lady, she's like, let's just say she was of a lighter hue. She was smashing her racket in her stuff, and they're like, oh, Shaw, look, poor her. It's the same thing I had the problem with the Josh Allen stuff. He throws he causes 4 turnovers. Should have been 5. He had 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and he starts crying, and everyone comes up there crying, oh, poor Josh. Forget about the turnovers. Poor Josh. He didn't deserve this. It's everybody's fault but Josh. Because he should have been the hero. But the hero fell short. So they make excuses for the hero. The same excuses that they give the hero, they would demonize who they portray as the villain. We saw it with Serena. Both Williams sisters, actually. But more Serena, because she became the greatest female tennis player of all time. It's sickening. Absolutely sickening. They have no shame. None. Last but not least, guys, we're going to pivot to this last thing. Now, last night also in the NBA, little NBA news, Thunder. I hate the Thunder. I really do. And it's not because it's just, they're so hard to watch. I'm like, man, I hate watching them. Now, I want you to watch. Now, I don't like, Lou Dort's supposed to be one of their enforcers, right? Tell me why this guy, tell me which one of them should have been escorted off the court. Check this out. This happened last night. Right here. Fear goes up, gets held and fouled, turns around, gets pushed in the chest, then gets choked. Oh, that guy that just got choked and pushed, he's the problem. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Look at this. Holds his arm, pushes him, then grabs him immediately. It's Fear's fault. See, once again, the media, instead of holding guys accountable, because, the Thunder, we like the Thunder. The NBA, we like the Thunder. We're pushing the Thunder. This is why the NBA, the NBA product is trash, bro. Imagine somebody choking you and you're the one that's getting escorted off the court. They foul you. You look at them. They push you. They proceed to choke you, and you're the problem. I can't watch the NBA, bro. It's so unwatchable. It's a totally different game than what I grew up watching. Would I see them allow, like the Thunder players are allowed to grab you, hit you, punch you, trip you, right? If you go, foul. And then they could travel, hit you. Like I watched, what's his name? Shai Alexander. He went like this. Hit a dude. He's like, shimmy like I'm nice. And the referee smiling at him like, yo, bro, you are. NBA right now is hot doo-doo. People keep blaming it on other people. No, it's hot doo-doo. Dudes is walking. Dudes catch the ball. All right, let me start dribbling now. Oh. Hot sauce, baby. Hot sauce, baby. It's like, bro, you just held the ball, traveled, but we're going to call it all game. You're going to slow the game down. Like he does. Double dribble and travel. So what, bro? You trying to slow the game down. That's all gather step. That's a double gather step. Yo, I watched the game, and I swear, if I can find this video, I'll bring it up tomorrow if I can. Right where I watched it because James Harden was started the double step back. Right, you go like this, he go and jump back. Fine, you can jump back. We already know. But usually you couldn't just hold the ball and jump back. You know what I'm saying? I get where the rules are going there because you're like, well, once you get the ball, you're allowed to take 2 steps. I watched this man go like this, take a step back, take another step back, take another step back, and then shoot it, and no call was called. Triple step back. Oh, it was a double gather. And they're trying to explain, because what happened was when you took a step back, that really wasn't a step, and it was a half step, and it was gathered and took another half step. Then the actual one was his full step, so it was only really two steps, bro. You know what I'm saying? He nice with it though, bro. He nice. Triple step back, no call, and got a foul on it on top of it. Bro, can't watch that crap. You know how bad it is? If you call it straight up, this game called anywhere else. They can't do it really in college, they'll call it. I watch dudes take 5 steps for a layup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is no double, bro. That's what they call double gather, bro. Because they're gathering berries, gathering cherries. They're gathering for the winter time. Nah, bro, really, bro, you got to call out the foolishness, bro. Because I can't watch that junk, bro. I can't. Jump shooters go to the free throw line more than guys that aggressively attack the basket. And the guys attacking the basket are getting slapped, hit, poked, tripped. I'm not even the biggest LeBron guy, but at least you can say he attacks the basket. That should get him fouled because he's forcing you to foul him. Allen Iverson and them guys. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James was barely going to the free throw line. And I'm not a LeBron guy at all. Yeah, and they're just allowed to be like that. That thing is crazy, bro. LeBron is a top 3 player of all time. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying it's real. Real is real. Like we know like you got people calling into question what a travel is, what a double dribble is. Guys doing spin moves, picking up their, like, bro. Once you go down, that's your set foot, changing set foot, then taking 2 steps. Then laying it up. Oh, I'm super nice. I'm nice. It's like, bro, bro. I can't watch it. But this thing with Lou Dort, like, to me, it's just ridiculous. Like, bro, you foul somebody at the end of the game. You then push that player in his chest. You then go to choke this player. And the player just did it, choose the problem. Like, bro, and the NBA doesn't even find him. Okay. Once again, and the media is not covering it like that. Because the media does narratives. I get that, Jared. You're a LeBron fan, big time. All right. Growing up, I was an AI guy. I loved AI. AI and Michael Jordan are my 2 favorite basketball players of all time. And I just can't watch, bro. NBA is so hard to watch, bro. But at least even during LeBron at the height of his powers, it was still watchable. You know what I mean? When he was on Miami and you had those Christmas games, people still loved to tune into the Christmas games and everything else, staying up late. Like, it was still fun to watch. Like, I don't like watching the NBA. I'm watching referees and 3-point shootout. It's not good to watch. It's a bad product that nobody wants to admit is a bad product. Okay, Trez, back. You said yours is MJ and KG. Okay. If I had to pick a third, AI, Jordan. I used to like watching some Kevin Johnson. KJ from the Phoenix Suns. So watching him. Baron Davis. I was a big Baron Davis fan too. Love Baron Davis. Who else I used to really like? Nick Van Exel was nasty too with it. Starberry. Listen, if you want to see a player that could do it all, people really don't realize how good Stephon. They'll be like, oh, he's a ball, but he didn't have like Stephon Marbury would dominate in today's NBA. He was like the first guard shooting from the logo, and also like he was doing Derrick Rose dunks while shooting from the logo. Stephon Marbury was disgusting. Oh my! I remember when he caught that putback dunk, boom behind, bro. I was like, bro, put back, windmill, reverse dunk, bro. Yo. But Marbury used to have bunnies, not jump, bunnies. That's what we used to call when we were growing. Bunnies. That boy used to be able to leap, not jump, leap. Like, bro, crazy work, bro. Oh, you're a Muggsy Bogues guy? Okay. I remember Muggs. Everybody had the Hornets warm up jumper. You're not talking about the jacket and the pants. Everybody had that stuff. I've never seen a person who's just an SGA fan. Starberry was nasty, bro. Nasty. Super nasty. But guys, that's an episode of the Wunderkind Morning Show. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, guys, and leave a and if you do, also make sure you smash that like button before you leave. It's imperative. We're really trying to build up this channel. As everybody knows, the channel was demonetized, but it's okay. We roll with the punches. We will be if you want to become a member, you can do it over Patreon. The lowest tier, I believe, is $5, which isn't a lot per month. Every Friday, we will be going live for the members only of Patreon. Every Friday, we will be going live for the members of Patreon. Okay, guys? So that's there. So if you want to be a part of that, sign up for the Patreon. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, because once again, this channel has been demonetized. Bottom of the screen, there's a QR code. QR code is to a Cash App. Cash is located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, TheWunderkind Show. And what I'll do with those is when you do the Cash App donation, I will be putting it up in Patreon so your comment is highlighted so everybody can see it. Okay, guys? But that's the episode of the Wunderkind Show. This is Joe Netto signing off. And as always, guys, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I'm out of here, guys. Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.